Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Economic Development. The federal government has been undertaking gender-based analysis on its programs and policies since the 1990s. But last week, when I asked whether this government had undertaken gender-based analysis of the budget, just as I've been asking for each budget of the last 5 years, the minister answered that the best possible way forward for Nova Scotians, including women, is to grow the economy. This rising tide lifts all boats logic is precisely why we need gender-based analysis for programs like the Innovation Rebate and more opportunities for skilled trades. Mr. Speaker, I'd be happy to discuss this with the minister, but in the meantime, will she commit to tabling a gender-based analysis of her department's spending?
The Honourable Minister of Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to the member for the question. And what I will say, again, reiterate my willingness to meet with you to discuss this, and I will take it back to my department and figure out what that would engender to take that on. Thank you.
The member for Dartmouth South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I look forward to hearing a positive response. But in the meantime, I want to ask about the insistence that there is a plan. We've talked about this a lot in this chamber. Let me table some actual economic recovery plans. The Stronger BC Economic Plan, and I'll table that. The Economic Recovery and Growth Action Plan from New Brunswick. The Big Reset from Newfoundland and Labrador. Alberta's Recovery Plan. These are plans ranging from 7 pages to almost 400. But what do we get in Nova Scotia? Scattershot funding announcements, some of which were good, some of which we celebrate, some of which we scratch our heads about, and an ad campaign telling people to get back out there.
Question,
a campaign
please.
Which has been grimly lampooned by by a public who is craving transparency. Mr. Speaker, can the minister agree that it is not enough to simply repeat the notion that the government has a plan and that at some point the minister should probably table one?
The Honourable Minister of Economic Development.
Speaker, and thank you to the member opposite. I find it curious that you would point to the Alberta Recovery Plan, which is so based on things at odds with the shared view, I believe, of this House in terms of our environmental stewardship of the planet. But what I will say is nothing has been hidden. If you need documentation, look at our election platform. The plan is based on increasing population, on increasing consumption of locally produced goods, internet connectivity, growing green businesses and opportunities. You can ask for a study. We prefer action.
The Honourable Member